There comes a moment in life when you have to make a decision, a moment when you have to stop waiting for approval, waiting for people to recognize your worth, waiting for the world to hand you the life you dream of. Because here's the truth, no one is coming to save you. You've been wasting time chasing validation, wondering why people don't respect you, why they don't notice your efforts. But let me ask you this, when was the last time you truly focused on yourself? Not on them, not on what they think, on you. Because here's what you don't realize. The moment you stop chasing validation, people start noticing you. The moment you stop explaining yourself, people start respecting you. The moment you fully commit to your own growth, the world has no choice but to take notice. And this isn't just theory, this is Stoic philosophy in action. So listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will change the way you see yourself forever. Most people live their lives as background characters in their own story. They play small, they dim their light to make others comfortable. They shape their opinions, their actions, even their dreams based on what others might think. And then they wonder, why don't people respect me? Why do they overlook me? Why do they not appreciate my efforts? But let's flip the question. Why should they? Why should people respect you if you don't respect yourself? Why should people take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously? Why should people value you if you spend all your time trying to impress them instead of investing in yourself? This is the harsh truth most people refuse to accept. The world mirrors how you treat yourself. If you constantly seek approval, people assume you're not worthy. If you hesitate to speak up, people assume you have nothing to say. If you keep giving away your time to the wrong people, they assume your time has no value. And you know what's even worse? Most people spend their entire lives reacting to the world instead of creating the life they want. But what if you flip the script? What if, instead of focusing on them, you focused entirely on you? What if, instead of waiting for respect, you became the kind of person that demands respect without saying a word? Because here's the thing. When you focus on your discipline, your knowledge, your power, something incredible happens. People start paying attention. Not because you begged for it, not because you chased it, but because your energy demands it. And this isn't just some motivational speech. It's ancient wisdom. The Stoics figured this out thousands of years ago. Transition to Stoicism, the core philosophy. The greatest Stoic thinkers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, all live by the same principle. Stop seeking approval. Start focusing on your inner strength. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." Let that sink in. You spend your whole life in your own mind, your own body, yet you give more power to their opinions than your own. Does that make sense? The Stoics knew this was a losing battle. You will never control how people see you. You will never control who likes or respects you, but you can control yourself. And the moment you shift your focus inward, the world will have no choice but to notice. Because here's the secret. The more you invest in yourself, the less you need approval. The more you develop your mind, the less you care about opinions. The more you master yourself, the more people respect you. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's a shift in energy. So how do you do it? How do you stop seeking validation? How do you shift from being ignored to being noticed? How do you become someone that commands respect without even trying? The answer lies in action. The Stoic solution: how to apply this in real life. Step 1. Cut out the noise. Your attention is being stolen every single day. Notifications, drama, useless opinions, meaningless distractions. And the worst part? You're allowing it. Every time you scroll mindlessly on social media, every time you check to see who viewed your story, every time you overthink what someone said about you, you're giving away your power. Marcus Aurelius had a rule. If you seek tranquility, do less. Not nothing, not being lazy, but doing less of what drains you. Less gossip, less chasing validation, less worrying about people who wouldn't even notice if you disappeared. Because the truth? Most people don't care about your life as much as you think they do. They're busy with their own problems, their own doubts, their own insecurities. And yet, you spend your precious energy wondering what they think about you? Why? The moment you stop caring about them is the moment they start noticing you, because people are naturally drawn to those who are focused, disciplined, unbothered. So here's what you need to do. Unfollow accounts that distract you. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't matter. Start using your time like it actually means something, because the less you care about noise, the louder your presence becomes. Step 2, develop unshakable self-discipline. Most people live their lives as slaves to their emotions, their desires, and their excuses. They say they want success, but they can't even control their own habits. They say they want respect, but they don't respect their own time. They say they want freedom, but they refuse to master themselves, and that's why they fail. The Stoics believe that self-discipline is the foundation of power. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." In other words, if you can't control yourself, you will always be controlled by something else. Your emotions, your impulses, your distractions, your fears. So let me ask you, are you in control, or are you just reacting to life? Think about your daily actions. Do you wake up with a plan, or do you let the day control you? Do you stay consistent with your goals, or do you quit the moment things get hard? Do you keep your word to yourself, or do you break promises the second it gets uncomfortable? Because here's the truth. Discipline is self-respect. If you don't respect your own word, why should anyone else? If you don't show up for yourself, why should life reward you? So here's what you need to do. Decide on your non-negotiables. A daily habit you won't break no matter what. A discipline you commit to not based on feelings, but on who you want to become. Make it painful to break discipline. If you waste time, set a consequence. If you skip a goal, make yourself earn your comfort. Stop waiting for motivation. The Stoics didn't rely on feelings, they relied on action. The only way to build discipline? Do what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. Because in the end, the person with the most discipline always wins. Step 3, stop explaining yourself. Weak people over-explain. They feel the need to justify everything, to prove themselves, to convince others to understand them. But strong people don't explain, they act. They move in silence, they let their results speak for them. And that's why they get respect. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." In other words, stop talking, start doing. Stop explaining why you're working on yourself. Just do it. Stop justifying why you cut out toxic people. Just move forward. Stop seeking permission for your dreams. Just build them. Because the more you talk, the more people will doubt you. But the more you act, the more people will respect you. So here's what you need to do. Let your results speak. If you're improving, people will notice. If you're becoming better, people will feel it. You don't need to announce your progress, your energy will say it all. Cut out the need for validation. You don't need anyone to approve of your choices. If they don't understand you, that's their problem, not yours. Move in silence, work quietly, build yourself behind the scenes. Show up as a new person, not because you told them, but because they see it. Because in the end, confidence doesn't beg for attention. Confidence doesn't explain itself. Confidence is silent and undeniable. Step 4, master your emotions. Nothing destroys respect faster than a lack of emotional control. If you get triggered easily, if you overreact to small things, if you let people's words get under your skin, you're giving away your power. And the more you let others control your emotions, the more they will manipulate and disrespect you. The Stoics trained themselves to be unshakable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about that. Most people react to everything. Someone insults them, they lash out. Something doesn't go their way, they complain. Someone disagrees with them, they argue for hours. But a Stoic stays calm. A Stoic observes before reacting. A Stoic controls their emotions instead of letting emotions control them. And guess what? People respect those who can stay calm under pressure, because emotional control equals power. So here's what you need to do. Practice the pause. Before reacting, take a breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. Detach from external opinions. If someone insults you, let it go. If someone tries to get a reaction out of you, stay unbothered. Their words only have power if you react. Turn emotions into fuel. Use anger as motivation. Use frustration as discipline. Use setbacks as lessons. Because the strongest person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who stays calm, collected, and unshakable no matter what. Step 5. Focus on long-term growth. Most people are addicted to instant gratification. They want results now. They want recognition now. They want success without the patience to build it. And that's why they stay stuck. The Stoics understood that greatness is a long game. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The secret of all victory lies in the organization of the non-obvious." Meaning, the real work happens when no one is watching. When you wake up early to build your future. When you stay consistent even when no one supports you. When you grind in silence not for approval, but for your own evolution. This is what separates the powerful from the ordinary. Most people quit before they see results. Most people give up the moment things get hard. Most people waste years searching for shortcuts when the real answer is discipline over time. But here's the truth. You will not be rewarded for the work you do today. You will be rewarded for the work you've been doing for years when no one was clapping. So let me ask you, are you willing to go unnoticed while you build yourself? Are you willing to grind in the dark while others seek quick attention? Are you willing to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term power? Because the moment you commit to the long game, everything changes. So here's what you need to do. Create a vision beyond today. Where do you want to be in 1 year? 5 years? 10 years? Stop focusing on small wins, build something that lasts. Stop chasing overnight success. The most powerful people built their empires over time. You don't need to go viral. You need to be consistent, be patient, but relentless. Move every day toward your goal. Never let a day go by without progress. Stay committed even when the results are invisible. Because here's what you need to understand. The day will come when people will notice you. They will wonder, where did this person come from? But what they don't know, you've been building yourself in silence this entire time. Final reflection, become undeniable. Imagine looking at yourself in the mirror 1 year from now. What do you see? Do you see the same person trapped in self-doubt, chasing approval, waiting for life to change? Or do you see someone completely transformed, strong, disciplined, unshakable, and respected, not because they begged for attention, but because they became undeniable? Because at the end of the day, no one is going to give you the life you want. No one is going to force you to focus on yourself. No one is going to make you great. It's all on you. And that's the best news ever, because it means you don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to wait for approval. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You don't have to wait for someone to choose you. You choose yourself. And when you do that, when you focus on yourself so intensely, so relentlessly, so powerfully, the world will have no choice but to focus on you. Call to action. This journey doesn't stop here. If you're serious about mastering yourself, check out this next video. Because the next step, it's even more powerful than what you've learned today. Now go. Focus on you until the focus is you.